It's me you want, so here I am.
Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another Marvel Legend review. Today we're going to take a look at a new legendary writer, X-Men's Charles Xavier. Skadoosh, and here is Charles Xavier, Professor X, out of the packaging, and there's really not a whole lot to talk about this figure. It's just a suited body, and we've gotten this plenty of times, originally with Chameleon, and then again with the movie figures. We had got the Bruce Banner, and then I believe we got the Tony Stark one, and we got the other guy from the Shield. And then I know we've gotten another, we got the Purple Man, so we've seen this suit plenty of times. The only difference with this one is we get green, and it's actually a really nice green, and he has the brown shoes, so I really do like it. We get the new Professor X head sculpt, and the new hand that he has right there next to his head. But my only gripe with this figure is actually the head sculpt. I just think they over-exaggerated the eyebrows. I feel like maybe it's a little too big for this mold. But I am happy we finally got our hover chair Professor X, so let's go ahead and put that together and see how he looks inside of the hover chair. Taking a closer look at the Shadow King head, damn, this head came out really nice. The little effects right there, you see it's like super menacing, and the eyes look really good through the glasses. And then through the side right there, you can see the eyes again, and just that menacing face. This is actually a really cool head sculpt.
Outspoken got the flavor.
And here is the hover chair put all together, and as you can see, it probably sits about I guess an inch off the ground, but as you can see, Professor X is 6 inches and it sits maybe 7 inches to the top. So it's really good size. I feel like that's really good for when you want to display him with your X-Men. He's actually gonna hover above them and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and put him in there and see how that looks. Alright, and there you go, Professor X in his hover chair. What's really cool about this is, I didn't even know it, that these slide open right here. And then he has like a monitor there and a little keyboard there. I'll go ahead and do a little better shot of it. But yeah, the hover chair looks really good. It has these nice little vent details on the bottom here. Some little buttons, some more like gears and stuff here. Some more vents there. And then vents there. So this thing is really cool. Again, vents on the back, some really good details. I really don't think this thing needs to be painted or anything because, I mean, in the show, in the comics, it's just a solid gold like this. So I don't think I'll be messing with it at all. But again, it is really nice. I do really like it. I think Hasbro did a great job with this one. And let's do some size comparisons. And here's the comparison we've all been waiting for. Toy Biz Professor X next to Hasbro Professor X. Now, I wasn't like eager to buy this Professor X because I did have the Toy Biz one, and I did think I was going to be much happier with the Toy Biz one over the Hasbro one. But in person, looking at the two of them right now, I absolutely love the Hasbro one. I do still love the Toy Biz Professor X one, and I will not be selling this one. I'll probably just keep this one on ice. I really do like the suited body, and I like the articulation for that figure. But this newer Hasbro one just has the look that it's definitely Professor X from the 90s comics, the 90s cartoon, and I just freaking love it. So let's go ahead and take the figures out and see how they look side by side. Alright, now here's the Toy Biz next to the Hasbro, and as you can see, the Toy Biz is a little bit taller, but look how ridiculous he is standing, just straight. That's the best vanilla pose I could really get that Professor X in, and as you can see on the right, Hasbro Professor X is just standing really clean, really nice, really straight. But like I said, I still am a big fan of the Toy Biz Professor X. I still really like the mold. It has really good articulation, but compared to this Professor X, he literally looks like a China doll. But I mean, they did a really good job with this Professor X. He has the ball joints on his legs. He has the boot, the little swivel right there. The articulation in the hands, you know, that was really cool. And then he has these like pretty cool joints in the shoulder. Yeah. But this is the definitive Professor X now. Alright, and for another quick size comparison, here I have the new Caliban Wave Weapon X Logan on his left, and on his right I have the new Caliban Wave Blink. And they look really good next to each other. As you can see, the female body is probably the same height as him, maybe a little bit taller, but that just might be the way they're standing. But they do seem to look really good next to each other. Again, Professor X will be in the hover chair, so it really doesn't matter how they look standing next to each other. But don't count me on that, because Professor X has been able to walk again in a few scenarios. So let's go ahead and do another size comparison. And for some more X-Men size comparison, here I have Bishop on his right and Team Leader Cyclops on his left. They all look really, really good next to each other. Bishop next to that Professor X actually looks really, really cool. I think I'll set up a shot for just the two of them. But these look really good. We got the Bucky Cap Cyclops next to him, so you can tell the height difference in pretty much anybody with the Bucky Cap mold next to Professor X. And for the larger body molds, we have Bishop on his right, and as you can see, he towers above them, as they should. And one more size comparison, here I have the Mutant Messiah Cable on his right, and the legendary Tiger Stripe Wolverine on his left, and these all look really good next to each other. Wolverine has always been a little bit shorter than Professor X, even in the comics and cartoons, and Cable's always been a huge guy, so these look really good next to each other. Alright, now taking a closer look at Professor X's head sculpt. Like I said, I'm not too happy about this head sculpt, but I really do like it. It kind of, getting it out of package and posing him around, this head sculpt actually really wore on me, and I do like it. I still think the eyebrows are overexpressed, but yeah, I could get over it. You look down really well and up really well, left and right. But I guess what bugs me is kind of the neck, you know, kind of how you can see his head hovering above his neck right there if you want to turn it or anything like that. But again, it looks really clean. It looks really nice with the white shirt and the green jacket. Yeah, I'm actually, now that I mess around with it, I'm very happy with this head sculpt, except for the eyebrows. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for my review of the new Marvel Legends Professor X. I am really happy about this figure. I am actually surprised how much more I liked it than I thought I would. I mean, I knew of course I was going to buy it, but I was in no rush. I ended up picking it up at GameStop yesterday because they had that Thanos 25% off coupon for whatever action figures. So I went ahead and picked him up, got a couple bucks off him, and I'm stoked that I did because I think he's going to be a rare figure later on, and he's going to be pretty hard to get. So I am happy to be able to pick him up at a discount. So if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button, please subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think of this review. Stay tuned because I am going to do some photography right now, and I'll catch you guys next time.
crispy.